Adams, Joey Brunetti, Brendan Calero, Jerry Carey, Nick Chapetta, Colin Cologne, Mark Kraus, Grant Swick, Michael Delach, Tim Drake, James Gorman, Michael Harity, Owen Hickey, Stefano Lanzi, Ryan Politsky, Evan Ritchie, and Liam Smith. That's your sophomore baseball team. I just want to give out some thanks too. Bear with me, I didn't know today. I thought at some point today we were going to get canceled, but but here we are. So I'd just like to first of all thank the varsity coaches. I'd like to thank the freshman coaches. You know, we pretty much practice with you every day. Whether that actually was practice or not, that was a different story. But I'd also like to thank the sophomore parents. Thank you for all your emails, getting your sons to practice. You know, as always, I tried my best this year to not have us practice at 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock, but it didn't always work. But I appreciate your effort in getting your kids to practice. My sophomore staff. As we all know, I mean, our staff's changed this year. I did not know how it was going to be, but Casey, Todd, and Kyle, I appreciate everything you did this year. You guys were great. Couldn't ask for anybody better to be on the staff. Had a great time. You know, obviously we had change and that was tough, but you guys did a great job and I appreciate everything you did. I'd also like to thank my wife Christy. With everything with practices, not knowing whether I get home at 3 o'clock to 10 o'clock, who knows? That's always tough, and I appreciate her putting up with that. And as a matter of fact, it was our anniversary last Wednesday, our third anniversary, and I don't think we still haven't celebrated, so has a lot to do with the schedule. And I'd also like to congratulate the seniors. You guys have made a great. You guys have had a great run. I wish you guys the best. When I congratulate you, I also want to throw in Casey Kmet and Jack Mahoney for just incredible last 2 years of going 9-1 in the playoffs. I mean, 9-1. I mean, a lot of people don't win one game; they don't win 2 games. You guys have made 9-1 in the last two years is just incredible. And also just to mention that talking about not just individuals, but this program is 14-3 in the last 3 years. That's unbelievable. I look at some of these teams like Lake Park last night beating Buffalo Grove, and that's their first trip downstate, and just shows you how lucky we've been the last 3 years. All right, our season. We got in, like I said, we got in a whole 23 games this year. 35 were scheduled, we got in 23. Just terrible weather this year. We didn't get outside much. I would guess, I was talking to Coach Zazadil a bunch of times this year saying we were probably counting that we maybe got outside 15 times for practice. And I can tell you, to start with, 2 of the practices were just we didn't want to go late, so we went outside and played catch and took some fly balls, and then decided it was way too cold, so we went inside. So there's two of the, two. I think early on we were affected by just not being outside. Didn't do a lot of live situations. I think part of our problem early in the year was, we weren't throwing a lot of strikes. And, then all of a sudden, I kind of talked to the pitchers and I'm like, hey, listen, it's not about your velocity or whatever, we just need to start throwing strikes and, see what happens. And all of a sudden, we played Marist, who was one of the better teams in our conference. Had a great day throwing strikes. We made plays. I think we were tied going into one of the games, going into the sixth inning. We were down 4-3 going into the sixth inning in the second game, and we really played great. I was really proud of the guys that day. Then we played Notre Dame, who actually was the conference champs, co-conference champs. We lost a tight game 10-8, so we started turning the corner a little bit, and we were throwing strikes, making plays, and we hit the ball. Hit the ball for the most part all year, but we really started putting things together. Then we played Marian Catholic on the weekend, and first game, we faced probably the best pitcher we have all year. 3-1 game, we battled, we scored 2 in the bottom of the 6th, got the bases loaded in the bottom of the 7th, tie game, just couldn't, bases loaded, nobody out, couldn't score. I think we had first and third, the next inning with 1 out, couldn't score, and we ended up losing in 10 innings, and it was to the point where it's like, it was getting frustrating. I mean, it just, we were trying to all figure out when we were going to win our next game. And sure enough, we fell behind the next game, and we battled, and we won. We won in another extra inning game. We won in 9 innings, and like I said, we started turning the corner. We were playing well, and then we ended up playing St. Pat's and won 2 games. So, bottom line was we ended up finishing. Unfortunately, we didn't play Marian Central, who was last in our conference, which would have been nice, because if we would have won those 2 games, we would have probably finished, winning like 7 out of our last, 9 games, which just shows you that we just kept, we kept plugging away, and, good things happened when we threw strikes and, hit the ball and fielded the ball. So, I mean, it's like, good things happened at the end of the year. I'm proud of the guys. We had a good finish. We ended up winning our last game 4-3 over Herbsey. Everybody got to play, so it was a great finish. The kids improved, and like I said, they we started playing really well at the end of the year. Okay, so we also had 7 guys hit over 300. And that's saying a lot. We had a guy hit 419. We had a guy hit with an on-base percentage of about 500. We had a guy hit 415 with an on-base percentage of 480. Okay, so we hit the ball really well. Okay, that was never one of our problems. So with that being said, our MVP this year, who also was our catcher and did a great job behind the plate and also did throw a little bit. And he was 419 hitter with an on-base percentage of 500 is Eric Adams. Woo! Now, like I said, we did have 7 guys that hit over 300, so I want to mention the fact that Joey Brunetti was the one who hit 415 and had a 480 on base percentage. And I can tell you Mark Krause in the number 4, in the 4th slot in our order was about as good as anybody too, so give him a hand. to our Lion Award. This guy came to me in August, and he wanted to get better. He said, can we go do some bullpen sessions and whatever? And we went probably 2 times a week, sometimes 3, and if it was up to him, he probably would have wanted to go 7 times. In practice, he was a good teammate. In practice, he was always doing extra stuff. I'd have to look at him every now and then and say, hey, you're probably pitching on Friday, so right now you're already on your 900th pitch, so you might want to hold off or whatever. But he was constantly always wanting to work hard, and and it showed. He pitched against, he started a game against St. Pat's and pitched 5 innings and won a game for us. Our Lion Award winner is Grant Swift. All right, I thank you boys, and I'm going to turn the program over to Coach Mann.